Okay, folks, let's get started. I want to teach you something today that's hopefully worth knowing. I hope by the end of it you find some use of whatever I'm able to teach you today. Today, I actually want to teach you how to download any YouTube video programmatically, um, and also to be able to re-encode any video, whatsoever that is, from MKV, but potentially from any other encoding to .mov, which is pretty compatible with um, the free version of what is this? What is this called? The free version of Davinci Resolve, if in case you need to uh, be able to edit it, have the sound and the video, decoupled. I'll teach you something. It's pretty easy actually. It's pretty easy, and if you follow along, you should by the end of it have a pretty good grasp. You don't need to be very, you know, software savvy. Any of these tools, I'll show you a straightforward way on how to go um, about this. So that sort of gives you a sense of who I think might be an audience for this. So would probably be beginners or intermediate users of software or of software development. Okay, let's get started. So the prerequisites: you will need a Node.js. You'll need npm. Node.js here is an engine that just allows you to run JavaScript. It's an engine, it's an environment, allows you to run JavaScript away from a web browser. And when you download it, you can download it either with the Node Package Manager or Yarn, not Yam, actually Yarn, whichever is gonna be of your choosing. I'll show you just in a bit how to do that, and you just need to know a little bit basic JavaScript. And we'll be using YTDLP, which is actually, shout out to them. It's the package we're going to use to download videos from YouTube. I'll show you how to go about downloading it, and FFmpeg is going to be the engine we use to do a lot of the processing of the video. So the re-encoding on whatever aspects we are going to need to do. So without much ado, let's jump straight away to setup, right? And this is actually going to be the most important part of this whole tutorial. The writing software version of it is it's trivial. It's very light. It's not even that heavy, but you do need to have your environment. This part we're going to do next, this is going to be pretty important. Once you get everything working, and I'll show you how to test that everything is working, then the rest is just a formality. It's going to be pretty straightforward. So the software I'm going to be using for my source code editor, I'll use VS Code. I highly recommend it. You don't need to use it, but it's recommended. If you have other alternative editors like PyCharm, IntelliJ, those can work as well. So not a problem with that regard. So how do you download this? You want to go to vscode.download. So you can just type into your browser download VS Code. So you click here. Whatever your system is, you're going to be able to download an appropriate software for it. Whether you're on Linux, Mac, or Windows, just follow these instructions, and you should be able, by the end of it, to download VS Code. If you run into any troubles, feel free to write a comment down on this video, and I'll be happy to jump in and assist troubleshoot that one. So that's going to be the source the source code editor. Now you're gonna need Node.js, like I discussed. This is the environment that's gonna allow us. This is a must-have. It's gonna allow us to run JavaScript in an environment that's not web. So how do you download it? You want to go to nodejs.org. So yeah, nodejs.org, English or whatever language it is you're gonna be using, and you're gonna be able to download again for your system. Just follow the instructions they afford you, and once you download it, that's nice. You can move on to the next requirement, which is gonna be downloading FFmpeg, required for video encoding, and also the YouTube DLP or YT DLP, which is required for downloading videos from YouTube and also other platforms. Actually, this is not just only specific to YouTube. You can pretty much download videos from Vimeo, all the other video hosting platforms, and installation is by the operating system. So if you do have Linux, this here is what you want to follow, and do not worry, I will link the project GitHub repository just below this video, and you can go to the readme.md and you will find these instructions on how to download it according to your specific operating system, and follow those instructions. So for Linux, this is what it looks like. So for Mac OS, this is what it looks like, and for Windows, this is what it's gonna look like. So you can go straight and download it from ffmpeg.org, or you can use Chocolatey to download it. And once you go through the process, again, like I mentioned, if you run into any problems during this whole process, do let me know in the comment section, and all of us that are gonna watch this video, or specifically me, I'll be proactive in helping troubleshoot whatever problems you run into. We can get it done and move on to the next step. So now, once you've done all this, we need to verify that you've actually downloaded everything. So that's gonna be the node, and the npm, the ffmpeg, or yarn for your case, and if you didn't use npm. So to do that, we can jump in and try and see what you should be able to expect to see as a sign of a successful installation and download of this prerequisite. So let's see, let me get us on a way to test this. Okay, now let's jump in and test. Jump in and test the versions that we need. No, the installations and the downloads that we need, not the versions. Okay, so for the first instance, we're gonna need to test that we have the Node version downloaded. So just go ahead and node // version. Yes, you should see something of that sort to tell you what version you have of Node. You go ahead and do npm version, or for your case, if it's yarn, do that as well, depending on what package manager you used when downloading your Node. But so let's go ahead and see npm version. And yes, we do have npm downloaded. The next critical package we need is ffmpg, and we're gonna do that version. Yes, so that shows we have it as well. And it's gonna be ytdlp as the last thing we need to check. / version, and yes, I also do have that. So we are ready to get started. So go to whatever base root you need to get the project set up. Mine is right now is on desktop and it's on YouTube tutorial. So we're gonna make another folder, and we're gonna call it we're gonna call it video downloader. So mkdir, so make directory, and we're gonna call this directory video video downloader, and we're gonna cd into this, so video downloader. Okay, so if we hit ls, so ls just does list whatever files we should have in this current folder. We'll see there's nothing, right? But we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna touch, meaning we're gonna create a file in this directory, and the first file we're gonna create is gonna be let's create a package .json. Let's create a package.json in this file, in this folder, to allow us to edit this and get. Let me actually get my picture off of this thing, so it's much easier for you to view everything that's going on. Okay, so I hope you can now see the screen that's just code. Now let me increase the font, so it's or the zoom, so it's much more visible for everybody. So file, edit, or view, I think, yeah, view, and let's go to appearance, and we're gonna zoom in. Yeah, I don't know if that's visible enough, or I need to zoom in a little more, but I think that should be visible enough. We're gonna close this. Okay, so we have the package.json. Now the package.json, we're gonna set it up in such a way that we need to list the packages that we're gonna need to run we're gonna need to run our program, and the two packages we're gonna need that are critical are gonna be we are gonna need the Fluent FFmpeg and the UUID. So let's go ahead and create this package.json file. So go ahead, create an object, go in, give it a name. We call it video. Yeah, video downloader. Yeah. So when you see this thing offering to autocomplete the things I'm writing, this is GitHub Copilot. You can set it up as an extension in your VS Code if you're using VS Code by just going to extensions here. No, over here, and just look up GitHub Copilot. You would need to go ahead and set up an account on GitHub, and once you do that, it's gonna allow you to be able to link it with your GitHub account, and you should be able to have these features. It offers the AI capabilities because it's seen a lot of code repositories, so it knows just from your file setup, it can autocomplete a lot of stuff. So video editor. So I just press tab here. Yes. We can go ahead and look at the version. Sure, we can take that version, and there's no need for a description. We can jump that. We can go ahead and do the type, and the type here is gonna be module. That's true. And we're gonna go ahead and do the main. So we're gonna create we're gonna create an entry point, and the entry point is gonna be an index.js file, which we're gonna create just right after this. That's gonna be the entry into our program. From there, the program is gonna know what to do. What's gonna be our entry point. If you're new to programming, this means the point from where the program starts to run. So it's where the instructions start, essentially, the genesis of this whole stuff. And the most important part of when I was talking about dependencies is here. We are going to include our dependencies, and the dependencies I mentioned, we're going to need the Fluent. Go ahead and write Fluent, FFmpeg. Now, the version I'm using actually, because I already tested it before, it's gonna be version 2.1.3 actually, and we're gonna have the UID, and this one's gonna be a version greater than actually we're gonna be a version greater than 13.00. Okay, I think that's enough for this file. I think that's all we need to set this up. And now what we want to do is come here. Even before we start, we can actually go ahead and create the index.js file, which is going to be the entry point. And also we can use npm or yarn, depending on what you use while you were downloading your Node.js environment, to install these packages here and the dependencies. So we're going to do npm install. So just run that, or yarn install, depending on what your package manager is. So now we have the packages installed. We can go ahead and work on the index.js file, which is gonna be our entry point. What do we essentially want to do in this stuff? Now the idea of what I want to do here is to be able to feed a YouTube link to a function, and give it the starting that's the start time and the end time, and give it a location for it to save my result and download, and then expect that that video gets downloaded into my computer, or yes, my computer actually, because this is we're gonna do this on a local computer. So what I'm expecting is let's see, we can hope to have a function we're gonna call maybe so we are gonna hope that we should be able to import a function called maybe video downloader. Okay, yeah, let's call it video download handler from video download. This we are yet to we are yet to create this, but we are gonna be able to create it, and then but from an abstraction point of view, this is what we want our video download handler to be able to do. We want to be able to give it a YouTube URL in this case, or it could be a Vimeo URL as well, but we want to be able to give it a YouTube URL and give it a starting time and an ending time, and how we want the name of the clip that we are going to be downloading to be saved as, and then it's going to be able to handle the downloading and the saving of that video clip into our local system, right? So we're going to create here, let's create an object that encompasses the URL, the start time, the end time, and the name of the clip. So we're gonna say, what do you call it? We're gonna call it, let's call it a const video object actually. I'm not gonna call it a video URL. Yes, okay, sure. Video object, and now it's not gonna be, let's just accept that, but the URL part is fine. This is not gonna be format, it's gonna be start time. Just keep it start actually, and we're gonna call this clip. Let's call it a clip name. Okay, clip name. We can call it simple video for now, and the start time we can have, this is gonna be in the format 00. Again, like I said, we are gonna be using the YTDLP package together in conjunction with the FFmpeg, and there's a certain way we're gonna be able to feed the data. So this is gonna be in the form of hours, minutes, and seconds for start, and for for the end is gonna be also in the similar fashion. So 00, maybe 01. Yeah, all the way. So that just means these actually need to be strings, same as this one. It's gonna be a string, and yeah, the name, then we're just gonna take out this quality portion. Just delete that. There's no format. So there's gonna be a video object, and we hope to call it in such a way where we say video downloader or video download handler, and here we get to feed it the first part, which is going to be video object.url. Okay, sure. I think this is clever. That's nice. Nice. Okay, so this thing is pretty aware. It's very clever. This is why if you can, you go ahead and download GitHub Copilot. It's gonna help with a lot of this stuff as far as the autocomplete and everything. Helps you not have to type too many stuff. But then now we're gonna be able to have an output path that we're gonna get back from this video download handler, and what it's gonna be is gonna be something called a promise. In as much as the function is gonna return once if it's run successfully, it's gonna return for us an output path, and we're gonna for us to be sure that this video was downloaded and saved successfully, we're gonna be able to console log. So we expect here output path. What does it say? I'm gonna call it an output path, and we are gonna be able to go ahead and console log it. So video download and clip successfully output path. Okay, yeah, it understands what we are trying to achieve here. And sure, yeah, we're gonna catch an error in case something goes wrong. Okay, so now that we have, from an abstraction point of view, we figured out what we want our video download handler function to be able to do. Let's go ahead now and create it. So back here, let's clear this whole stuff, and let's go ahead and create, let's touch. So we said we are going to download it from the video download handler.js. So let's create a file called video video download handler. .js. Okay, so we see it's created over there, and we're gonna go in, and inside here we're gonna do a couple of things. Now remember, you downloaded Node.js, and what Node.js does, it comes with built-in packages. So go ahead and do these imports for me. So let's import exec from child process. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and import path. Yeah, we're gonna need path. We are not gonna need particularly the file path to URL, but we're gonna need OS. So go ahead and import OS. I'm gonna import OS from OS. Okay, thank you. And the last thing we're gonna need to import is gonna be the file system. So import fs from fs. Okay, those are the only things we need. We don't need to go ahead with whatever else is being suggested. And yeah, what did we call the function here? We called it video download handler. So we're gonna go ahead and so this is gonna be able to be exported function. So we're gonna export function video download whatever. So anyway, let's accept this forming, and although we're gonna have to rename it based on how we call it here in this, we call it video download handler. So I'll just copy that, come here, and here what we're gonna have is URL. We are gonna have start. We're gonna have end, and we're gonna have the output file, which is gonna be let's call this output, and let's have a default value for the output value, just in case it isn't provided. We're gonna call this clipped video, but we need it in a different format. We're gonna need this in MOV, so let's call it that. Now we mentioned that given this function and given all these variables, so the URL, the start time, the end time, and the output time, we want this to go ahead, download the video. And so the reason I actually even went about making this project in the first place was because I was using the OBS studio to try and edit some videos that I wanted to download from the internet. And YouTube download videos in a format called WBMG, I believe, and it's not very compatible with the free version of OBS, and I needed to re-encode videos once I download them. So what we are going to be able to do in this program or in this function is download the video, not only download it but be able to re-encode it from the original version we downloaded from YouTube in, which is .webmg. Forgive me if I'm not very accurate with that, but the thing is we're going to want to put it in .mov. We're going to have to re-encode it to .mov. That's where ffmpeg, the file or the package that I told you was important in the beginning, is going to come in to help us to be able to do that, so that it's compatible with the OBS editor, and then from there you can go ahead and just use it straight and edit, because it's able to encode the video and the audio path differently, and it's going to be able to be consumed easily by the OBS studio. So what do we want to do here? Now we're gonna want to return a promise, so it's gonna be async, right? So we're gonna return a new promise, and yeah, so we're gonna try whatever no, let's try and catch okay, we're gonna want to try so yeah, we're gonna want to try and catch error here. So yeah, okay. Now what do we want to try? We want to try so because we're gonna be saving this video in a new in a given location, we want to first go ahead and define what that directory that we want to save this video is gonna be. So let's go ahead and do a cons. We're gonna call it the out directory. What this is gonna be, we're gonna utilize the path the path package that we just imported up here. So path.join os, okay, at home. Now we're not gonna save it in downloads. We're gonna do this in, this is my own case. You can decide to save it in whatever path you wish, but I'm gonna do this in my desktop. And we're gonna do, I don't know, YouTube down, or yeah, let's do video downloads. Actually, that's fine. And yeah, so this is gonna be the two folders where I want the file to be saved in. And what this try and catch is gonna be able to do is, let's come in here now and check. So it's gonna be able to see if these two folders are created, then it should be fine. But if they're not, then it's gonna recursively create them. That's what that function stands for. So direct sync, and we created a path and it checks that the two directories are there. If not, then it just goes ahead and creates them. If there's a problem in creating these two directories, then let's just, we don't want to proceed really, because it doesn't make sense. We just return a reject error. But once we establish that this is actually the directory is there, then we can go ahead and do what we need to do. And what do we need to do? So the output path, without needing to say much, is gonna be the two folders that we provided and the file name that we provided up here in the output, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do a cons output path being path to join our directory and output path. And now we're gonna go ahead and create a command. So this is where we're gonna use the YTDLP and the FFmpeg packages that we installed earlier. So let's define a cons cmd, and what it's gonna look like, it's gonna be equals to so we feed it this is gonna be the command YTDLP, which is gonna take our URL. So let's go ahead and feed it the URL. This guy's here. So URL. And then just so it's not too long and you are able to see what's actually going on, I'm not gonna type it all the way out, but I'll put backslash here so you can see the commands as they come in. Now we're gonna use the downloader. The downloader we're gonna use is gonna be FFmpeg. The one we downloaded earlier. Give it another backslash and go ahead. This is where we're gonna input the download sections. This is not my own doing actually. This is according to the documentation of the YTDLP package, which I'm gonna include the GitHub section to it here, so you can. It has a lot of other flags that you can use with it to be able to achieve a more granular response from it. So but for the purposes of what we're using it for, this is gonna suffice. So yeah, download sections, yes, start and end. Okay, that's good. And then now what's important to do here, and this is gonna be if you only just want to watch the videos you're downloading in your computer, then this second part you can ignore it completely and just go ahead and do the output, and then that should suffice for you. But if you need to be able to use the video you download in your OBS system, you're gonna need to have it in a format that's compatible with the. Now, if you have a studio version, usually, which is the paid version, you should be fine. Most of the videos you download from YouTube, they should go ahead and work. But for the case of guys with the free version, you can go ahead. Let's go ahead and record the video that we download, and yes, we're gonna record it into .mov, and that there actually is. That's all we need for the command, and then we're gonna go ahead and execute this in the terminal, which is why we need the exec command that we imported up here. So go ahead, do that. Yes, accept it. CDM. It's just, it's not gonna be need for that. We'll just need to look out for the error if it's there, and yeah, go ahead. And yes, if error, we're gonna return reject error. Actually, that's true. Otherwise, we're just gonna resolve the output path, and that I believe should do it for us. Let's see what's missing. Let's troubleshoot a bit. Okay, yeah, because we actually don't get to finish that. Okay. And okay, yeah, I think that should do it for us as far as actually the video download handler. We can try it. We can go ahead and try to run it, see see whether or not it actually works, and if it doesn't, we'll go ahead and fix the errors. Otherwise, if it works, then we can try and do something else, but let's see. This is not gonna fly. Let's go ahead and look for a video to download or feed into our function. Let's go. I'll put this back on. Not that particularly, but yes, let's go ahead and okay, so let's look for a video. Let's go on YouTube, find a video. Okay, yeah, let's maybe try.
They've had success in these situations this year. On balance, there you see the total clutch points in the NBA this season entering tonight. Blazers second to the Mavericks. Durant double. Gives to Thompson. Working on Clingan. He keeps his feet. He fades and scores.
That's okay. I think the game plan is solid, though, from Coach Splitter and the Blazers. They're in that zone. They're able to follow Durant anywhere he goes. They can send two at him, and they're willing to play with Thompson going one-on-one against Donovan.
Abdia draws Holiday onto him. Take it outside, and now Thompson will switch on him. He'll drive it into the lane. Goes right at Holiday. Scores, playing through the contact. I thought Denny was a bit premature in giving it up the first time, and he had Holiday in deep, but it cycled back to him, and he had the same matchup.
And then he went to the move that he's as good as anybody else or better than everybody else in the NBA at the low rip-through, goes across, changes directions, gets the foul, and one.
How about the float game?
Yeah, he got
from
that
this
too.
young man. Tom, give us some more on Denny in the clutch.
Yeah, he's leading the league right now, tied for first place with 18 clutch assists. No player has more. He's also tied for fifth in clutch scoring, so he's doing it in both columns, guys.
Thank you, Tom. Long three from Smith comes out long. They cycle it back outside to Holiday. He'll the three. That's off. Tipped away by Smith from behind. Blazer ball with 3:27 remaining and a lead of 5.
Ambiguous option.
Blazers bring it out of backcourt with Caleb Love, joined by Kamara, Sharp, and Abdia, and the big man Donovan Clingan. Steven Adams back in for Houston.
Zone defense for the Rockets.
Oh, a chancy pass. Trying to go backside there to Clingan. Overthrown by Denny out of bounds. So coming out of the timeout, the Rockets will take advantage of a Blazer turnover here. At least getting possession. Thompson's had a good run. Jabari Smith, however, 1 of 7 from 3. Eason 1 of 7 from 3. And Reed Shepard 1 of 7 from 3. Thompson will back it out. In low is Adams with Advia leaning on him. That leaves Clingan to roam around outside trying to get out there to Eason. And he looks to the heavens and says, finally, I got one. That's his second hit of the night. He had 8 attempts, and it pulls Houston here to within 2. Sharp one-on-one coverage. Checked by Eason. Good counter on the corkscrew fade.
Big time footwork. Reverse pivot after he drives him hard to the right. And on the spin back, Eason cannot recover.
Blazers up 4. 2:22 left. KD catch, shoot, 3 in the air. Sails wide. Adams flicks it to Eason. He missed it at the cup over Kamara, but another offensive rebound. But Eason gives it away. It's in a backcourt. It's going to roll all the way to the end line. KD will touch it there. They're going to call backcourt violation. Up the floor a little bit. And the Blazers take over.
Toumani's had some major defensive plays. Not only the man-to-man defense he's been playing all game long on Durant, but some of the off-ball actions that he comes in and makes himself a part of. If the Blazers can secure this win, I would imagine Toumani's name will be in the post-game box celebration.
On beyond the screen, immediately puts a defender on his hip. Feathers one up and in. Tari Eason was helpless. And once Denny puts you in his hip pocket, he owns you, baby. He's in your wallet.
Yes, indeed. And that's that shot again, Kev. That mid-range, even though they stopped the drive, that shot's available for him. And that's the shot that if he... I don't even know what to think of where his scoring might go if he starts to commit to that shot more often. The one he shot in the third quarter to me was really more of what I've been talking about throughout the season, because that's available like almost every time down the floor.
That floater.
Yeah, no, it was a lean back. Lean back. Okay. Yeah. That if he does, he's at or above 30 points per game, and I think with relative ease.
Smith stepped back. He forced that shot up. Rebound up for grabs. Avia trying to make a play on it. Squeezes loose. He was sitting out of bounds when he touched it, so Houston's going to take it. That's a good thing. That allows the Blazers to set their defense here on the inbounds because they were scrambling right there. 1:43 left. Blazers leading by 7, and with that bucket, McDonald's 100 play is on. Score a free sausage McMuffin with egg with any $2 purchase tomorrow morning at your local McDonald's. Redeemable only on the McDonald's app. KD turnaround jumper, got it. Kevin Durant.
He's shooting over a chair in his mind. He knows the defense is there, but doesn't really see them because they can't get to his release point.
11-time All-NBA, 2-time Finals MVP. 32 points tonight to pull Houston to within 5 on the road. 1:24 remaining. Avia 9 to shoot. Breaks free into the lane. Sprays it to Love. Elevating for 3. Front iron. Rebound tip. And the red jerseys of the Houston Rockets all over the board.
Matchup.
Eason off to KD into the lane, looking to get a bump. He does and scores through the contact. Kevin Durant, 34 and counting, steps to the line with a chance to get Houston here to within 2.
Toumani got a little bit out of position on the dribble from Eason. Toumani jumped to the help in the middle, and he was too far off of Durant. I think the Blazers would have preferred Eason to have to make another move and get to a shot. If that means Toumani can now get back underneath and match up with Durant.
Kamara 5 fouls. Durant flushes the free throw, and Houston has rallied to work here within a bucket. 1:06 remaining. Avia will bring it across. Under a minute remaining. Kamara with the basketball. 11 to shoot. Backing down, leaning. Bottled up. Denny gets free, drives it into contact, lays it up and in. Denny Avia draws contact. And a primal scream. And he exhorts the crowd. 103-99. Blazers a lead of 4. And Avia steps to the line, the leader in the league in and ones.
He's had a lot of and ones, but this one is different. If we could run this back, I don't know if we have time. Look at the amount of work he has to do just to get away from Thompson.
Yep.
And then get into the shot.
Free throw round and out. Kamara's got to play on a rebound. It goes off the hands of Thompson into the hands of Avia. 47 seconds remaining, 10 to shoot. Thiago Splitter says, let's settle down. Avia one-on-one, drives it into the lane, extends, blocked at the rim. Ball comes free. Thompson's got it on the advance. Houston's down 4. Thompson to the rack, lays it up. Blocking foul called on Kamara. He is fouled out. And the Houston Rockets will send a man to the line with 31 and 9/10 seconds remaining. Thompson has missed free throws tonight. He's an 80%er at the stripe. He is 6 of 10 from the stripe as that one goes out. So wheels are turning now with the Blazers lead of 4. Thompson rattles in the second. Caleb Love, Denny Obvious, Shaden Sharp to bring it out of back court. And now Houston throwing everything up the court with Thompson and Okogie trying to pressure.
Blazers want to use as much of this clock as they can. Because even if they don't get anything out of this possession, they want to be able to set their defense and they can play the foul game while being up 3.
Difference of about 8 seconds on the clock. Avia terminates the dribble, double teamed over to Love. Fakes right, moves left, step back 3. Short. Rebound recovered by Eason. KD's situations this year. They want to do step out, and they do foul. Clutch points in the NBA this Kevin Durant here with 5 and 9 seconds remaining and a lead of 3. Durant gets the 2 shots. Working on Cleggett, he keeps his feet. He fades and scores.
That's okay.
Anyway, it's downloaded here.
Durant hits the second free throw.
And we can go ahead and try to actually play it.
Avia and Love in front court. In back court is Cleggett and Rupert.
Thompson might switch on to Denny. Denny's got to be strong with this if they throw it down now.
Sharp looking to bring it in bounds. Ball deflected. Grabbed by the Houston Rockets. A whistle.
After review, the defender knocks the ball loose, and then there's marginal contact. Houston has the ball at the time of the whistle and will be awarded the ball on the sideline. The challenge is successful, and Houston will have another
success in these situations this year. On balance, there you see the total clutch points in the NBA this season entering tonight. Blazers second to the Mavericks. Durant double. Gets to Thompson. Working on Cleggett. He keeps his feet. He fades and scores.
That's okay. I think the game plan is solid though from Coach Splitter. The Blazers, they're in that zone. They're able to follow Durant anywhere he goes. They can send 2 at him, and they're willing to
that's in his hand.
with Thompson going 1-on-1 against Donovan. And that's the offensive rebound.
After review, the basket is unsuccessful.
Take it outside, and now Thompson will switch on it. He'll drop it into the lane, goes right out, and scores playing through the contact. What a relief in this too. I think Denny was a bit premature giving up the first time early and deep, but it cycled back to him, and he had the same matchup.
And then he went to the move that he's as good as anybody else, or better than everybody else in the NBA at the low rip through, goes across, changes directions.
And you can download pretty much any video. So there you go. And for the next, maybe the next feature we can add is to be able to re-encode just about any video. And yeah, voila. I hope you learned something today and you can use it in case you're running into troubles with downloading YouTube videos, or potentially also being able to download them and not having them work in the OBS studio, and you need to be able to re-encode them. You can follow this simple strategy and you should pretty much have such a powerful way of doing the download and the recording in your disk possession. Okay, well, until next time, peace.